Make it look like how many? Oh, you guys are awake. You guys are doing great. You cover up that blank spot to make it look like how many? Some of you are really awake. Some of you are not. There's 3 on this side. How many on the other side? Okay, it's been a tough year, hasn't it? It's been a tough year for some of you. I can tell you that right now. Well, listen, we're celebrating today because today is all about you and the impact that you have made, not only to the kids, but to this entire community. Teaching can be very stressful. How many of y'all remember that student that was challenged to put his head through the hole in the lunchroom chair? The good news is he made it. The bad news is he's stuck. So here you have the lunchroom ladies, the maintenance guys, and this principal sawing it off his head. Very stressful. And this is why on Monday morning you look like this. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to go to work. Please don't make me go. Watch it, watch it. Here you are. This is you. Oh. I don't want to go in front of those kids. No, don't make me. We were at a military surplus store. My dad bought a parachute. Now, folks, we didn't own an airplane. And I said, Dad, why are you buying a parachute? He goes, I don't know. So here I am with a parachute on, tied to the bumper of a '69 Ford pickup. The very last words that my dad said as he climbed in the pickup were these: keep up. Driving down the farm to market road and looked over at the Phillips. You'd have seen a 9-year-old boy parasailing in a hayfield. It took 12 men that day, ladies and gentlemen, 12 men grabbing that rope and pulling me out of the sky, hand over hand, and they brought me back down to the ground, and I sat right in a cactus. I had an absolute blast that day. I learned two things. One, it was an absolute blast, but two, I learned a lot about community that day. You know what I learned? I learned about when one of us gets in trouble, it takes the rest of us to help them out sometimes. And that's what you are. You know, I was watching, as I watched you guys today get awarded, I remember playing basketball at my, there's at High, and I remember the scoreboard, and they all looked just like that. But as you guys were, you know, clapping for each other, some of you were standing up and making comments and hooting and wooting and all of that, you know what I realized? I realized there's more truth to something up there than I've ever realized before. What is it called up there on your side? It's home. So I got tired and I got fed up, and there I dropped you on your butt. Because in life there comes a time when one must fight and one must climb, when one must rise and take a stand, or leave their butt prints in the sand. Yeah, you clap. Those teachers didn't clap that day. They were not impressed with my poetry that day. Miss Howard and Miss Balch. Those 3 lunchroom ladies, I'm telling you, were just as important as the teachers, because when we walked through that line, she would look at me, Miss Balch would look at me after we've had a great test, and she'd say, how'd you do, Lyndy? She cared about me. She made a difference in my life. Off at 6:30, there's the maintenance man. He opens the door and lets 3 third grade boys into the school, and then he goes home. They don't do that now. My heart was going, this was going to be good. I just didn't know how good it was going to be. Ms. Webster had a wonderful habit of going around and greeting all the students before class started. Of course, there was only, 9, 8 of us. And finally, she got up to the front of her desk, and we had the announcements and the Pledge of Allegiance, and then she said those magic words, you may be seated. This is it. Her chair, and she pulls it out. And I mean, I wish you were there because it was perfect timing. She pulls that chair out. The moment she pulls that chair, that snake gets her attention, and she looks down, and the moment she looks down, she sees the snake, and the moment she sees the snake, she hears me go, I have never heard a woman scream as loud as Ms. Webster screamed that day. And we accomplished our goal. We scared the living bejeebies out of Mrs. Webster that day. But also, when she screamed, she jumped. And we didn't know how high Ms. Webster jumped. But what we didn't calculate on top of all that is when she screamed and jumped, she slammed the chair back underneath the desk. That's what I love about you guys. Whether you're a maintenance, whether you're janitor, whether you're transportation, whether you're a teacher, all of you love these kids. That's what makes it work. All of you. Making these kids feel special even when you want to kill them. Like Ms. Webster did. Bus driver, Cleta McNeil, I'll never forget her. She would come and pick me up every morning and take me home every night. And one Christmas, she gave all of us a silver dollar. I still have it. It's 1974. That's how much of an impact she made on my life. She gave us all a silver dollar. Of course, there were only like 10 of them on her bus, so she wasn't broke. But she gave us this, and I've had it ever since. And so the very first trick that I did, I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a magic trick with this because this is very special. So here's the very first magic trick that I ever did with this. Now, some of you may be impressed, some of you may not be impressed, okay? Ma'am, I just need to borrow your hand, okay? No, the clean one. Yeah, the clean one. There we go, okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the coin, we're going to place it in your hand, close it real tight, okay? Now, let's go just directly across the way here, and right at the very end, you ma'am, yeah, just at the very end, just raise your hand, it's empty, right? Close it real tight, just one of them, there you go. Here's what I'm going to do. I came up with this, you guys are going to be impressed, all right? I'm going to cause the coin, the silver dollar, to leave your hand, go across y'all's heads and into her hand. It's really cool, watch closely, all right? Now don't open your hand until I tell you, don't open your hand until I tell you, okay? Here we go, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. The coin has vanished. It is now in your hand. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to put it back. I know you're so impressed. 1, 2, 3. Open your hand. Gone. Open your hand. It's back. First, take it. Now, you have to use your imagination on the other part of it. Because we were poor and didn't have enough to buy the whole purse. A deck of cards. I want you to shuffle them. Just shuffle them. Imagination, shuffle. Now that's impressive because they're still in the box. Wonderful. Now I'm going to take the hearts, shuffle them up, spread them, pick a heart. Wonderful. Throw them away. Now tell everybody what you got. What heart do you have? The Queen of Hearts. That's right. And put it in the purse. There you go. Place it down in the purse. There you go. Hand me the purse. Wonderful. Now here's what I'm going to do. Inside this purse, everything that goes in is invisible. Everything that comes out gets invisible. Look at that. Now you had your choice of anything that you wanted. Suits and cars. What did you choose? The Queen of Hearts. Give her a round of applause. Great imagination. Good job, honey. Okay, great. I want you to be my dad. Get the money out. All of it. Yeah, this was real notorious. Here, I'll just look. All right, here we go. All right. Now, what does it say?
With scissors cut through paper.
With scissors. Now, I know after 40 years of doing this, you would love to do this. Come on. Just cut right through there. Come on, just cut. Go, go, go. Doesn't that feel good? Now, read number 4.
While cutting through paper, secretly remove tie and make it look like tie is cut. Don't cut volunteer tie. Too late.
Yeah, it's too late. Yeah, it is too late. We should have read that first.
Yes.
Shoot. Give her a round of applause. She's seen a lot in 40 years. All of us have seen a lot. And let me just leave you with this. Guys, you guys are so important. What makes you valuable is not how much money you make. Trust me, you don't do this for the money. I know. The reason you do this is because of the lives that you touch. You're valuable because you bring you to this position. Whatever position you hold in the school, you bring you. That's what makes it valuable, because there's no one like you. No one on the face of this planet is like you. Out of all the billions of people, no one can do what you do. So you bring you to this place to make a difference in these students. And I want to thank you for doing this. And it does take all of us, because you get some of these students that are some of them are pretty tough. But some of you get to do this. Some of you get to take them and you get them all the way through junior high or elementary, junior high, even in the high school. And what you invest in their lives, some of you get to actually be their healer. Thank you guys for what you do. God bless you, and have a great rest of the day. Thank you very much. Thank you all very much.